Major political developments are unfolding in Canada today, and the implications could spell trouble for Donald Trump. To set the stage, Canada has a new Prime Minister, Mark Carney, from the Liberal Party. He succeeds Justin Trudeau, whose popularity had significantly declined after a decade in power. This shift initially created a prime opportunity for the Conservative Party to take control, as they were leading by a staggering 20 points in the polls. A Conservative victory seemed inevitable, which would have presumably aligned well with Trump's Republican agenda. However, Trump's aggressive trade policies, including the imposition of tariffs and an ensuing trade war, dramatically altered the political landscape. Rather than bolstering conservatism in Canada, his actions alienated voters, causing the Conservative Party's significant lead to evaporate. Many Canadians turned to the Liberals, perceiving him as more willing to challenge Trump rather than align with his policies. Recognizing this shift in public sentiment, Prime Minister Mark Carney has now called for a snap election in April, a move that signals the Liberal Party's confidence in riding the wave of anti-Trump and anti-conservative sentiment to secure another term. Without Trump's influence, this election could have easily been a landslide defeat for the Liberals, but now the political tides have turned. Carney has made it clear where he stands regarding Trump's policies. Speaking today, he stated, "We are facing the most significant crisis of our lifetimes due to President Trump's unjustified trade actions and threats to our sovereignty. Our response must be to build a stronger economy and a more secure Canada." Trump claims Canada isn't a real country, that he wants to control us. We will not let that happen. While we have moved past the initial shock of this betrayal, we must never forget the lessons it has taught us. We must look out for ourselves and each other. In essence, Carney has drawn a clear line, framing Trump as a direct adversary. This leaves Canadians with a fundamental question: which party is better equipped to stand up to Trump? The Liberals, who have little in common with the modern GOP, or the Conservatives, whose ideological similarities to Trump's Republican Party are evident? Consider a recent excerpt from the New York Times, which highlights the striking parallels between Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre and Trump. Mr. Poilievre has engaged in culture war rhetoric, attacking woke policies, calling for the defunding of Canada's national broadcaster, and insisting there are only two genders. He has also advocated for making Canada the world's cryptocurrency capital, demonstrating an affinity for alternative financial assets reminiscent of Trump. Given the widespread unpopularity of Trump in Canada, this association does not bode well for Poilievre. He has built his brand around mirroring Trump's messaging at a time when the former US president is arguably the most disliked figure in the country. What's more, rather than adjusting his approach to support a like-minded political party in Canada, Trump has continued his divisive rhetoric. He has even resurrected his claim that Canada should become the 51st US state. When confronted with the fact that, if this were to happen, Canada would likely be a deep blue, liberal stronghold, Trump dismissed the concern with a rambling response. "They might be, but you have that artificial line. It was just drawn there for whatever reason. Canada is a beautiful landmass, the most beautiful in the world. Is it liberal? Maybe. But, before I got involved, the Conservative was leading by 35 points against, I call him Governor Trudeau. So, I think if you have a good candidate, the candidate's going to win. It's difficult to fathom how Trump could believe that a country with universal healthcare, abortion rights, and strict gun laws would willingly integrate into the US, a nation where healthcare access is being slashed, reproductive rights are under attack, and gun violence is a daily reality." But then again, Trump has never been known for his grasp of reality. Ultimately, Trump's actions appear less about a long-term political strategy and more about immediate distractions. His trade war is deeply unpopular, causing rising costs and stock market instability. To shift attention away from these economic troubles, he has framed the situation as a test of American patriotism and strength, trying to manufacture "rally around the flag" effect, despite this being a crisis of his own making. However, the backlash to Trump's foreign policy extends beyond Canada. In Greenland, his rhetoric about the country wanting to join the US has been met with widespread derision. Similarly, his remarks about Panama have been dismissed outright. Trump's ability to alienate allies and potential partners is unparalleled. His approval ratings, once buoyed by political momentum, have now plummeted. While his presidency has undeniably reshaped global politics, it has largely done so by uniting people and nations against him. As Canada approaches a pivotal election, history may remember this moment as one where Trump's interference helped secure another Liberal victory. Ironically, the most right-wing president in American history might just be the best thing that ever happened to liberalism in Canada.